Urie Bronfenbrenner, an American developmental psychologist. Urie Bronfenbrenner was born in Moscow, Russia on April 29, 1917. His family immigrated to the United States in 1923 when he was just 6 years old. Later in life, he attended Cornell University and graduated in 1938. He double majored in psychology and music. He then proceeded to get his master's from Harvard University in developmental psychology. This still didn't seem to be enough to satisfy him, so from Harvard, he went to the University of Michigan for his PhD. Just one day after graduating, he was asked by the Army to serve as a psychologist for them. In 1948, he returned to Cornell to join their faculty. Bronfenbrenner lived until the age of 88, dying September 25, 2005 in Ithaca, New York. Bronfenbrenner is mainly known for his ecological systems theory of child development. His research and theories played a key role in how the large numbers of environmental and social factors influence a child's development. The process of human development is shaped by interactions from a person's environment. His theory states that there are many different levels of environmental influences that can affect a child's development. The name of his bioecological model comes from the importance of biological processes in development. Bronfenbrenner's ecological systems theory identifies 5 environmental systems in which an individual interacts. These are the microsystem, the mesosystem, the exosystem, the macrosystem, and the chronosystem. The first level of ecological systems theory is the microsystem. This refers to places or groups that most directly impact a child's development. Some examples of this would be a child's home, school, neighborhood, peers, etc. Relationships in the microsystem are bidirectional. This means that the reactions you give off are how people will perceive you. Therefore, it will affect how they treat you. This level is the most influential in the ecological systems theory. It is what is immediate to you. The second level of the ecological systems theory is the mesosystem. It consists of the interactions of different parts in a person's microsystem. An example of this would be interactions between a child's family and the teacher, such as a parent-teacher conference. The mesosystem is interconnected with the microsystem, and they have an influence with each other. Therefore, an individual's microsystem cannot function independently in the mesosystem. These interactions that arise have an indirect impact on the individual. The third level of the ecological systems theory is the exosystem. It involves a social setting and an individual. The individual does not have any control or participation when dealing with the outcome. Even though the individual is not an active participant, it still affects them in some way. The exosystem deals with the community, government, church, etc. An example of this would be that the government has you pay fines, which you have no control over whether you pay it or not, and therefore that is less money you have for yourself to pay for personal expenses. The fourth level of the ecological systems theory is the macrosystem. This describes the cultural environment in which an individual lives and the effects of all the other systems around them. This can include economy, cultural values, political systems, etc. The macrosystem can have either a positive or negative effect on an individual's development. For example, what class system you were raised in affects your upbringing and how life is lived from the moment someone is born. The final level of the ecological systems theory is the chronosystem. It is the patterning of environmental events and transitions in someone's life. Time is a big influence in a person's development. It influences events or conditions during a person's life. The chronosystem affects and transects everything. Some instances that have affected our life today are 9/11, this causing security to be implemented more. and how the use of technology is affecting our social skills today. Effects on older generations of families circle around to also having effects on yourself and the life you live today. For example, certain behaviors and views you have on life towards certain topics, you have no control over this, therefore affecting certain aspects of one's life to this day. The chronosystem affected someone's macrosystem and how they function today. Thus, applied to the classroom, this means all systems are interrelated and influence other levels. For example, the way a teacher structures their classroom routines, and interactions with family members. Government decisions affect programs in schools and also might affect the parents' employment situations. Teachers need to be aware of the factors influencing a child's life and how that could possibly affect them in the classroom.